You gotta be okay with your decisions in life. I don't care what opinions come at you from whoever in your life. You gotta be okay with the decisions that you are making in your life. And every decision is gonna come with pros and cons. It's gonna be upside to the decision and it's gonna be the downside to the decision. And it's always gonna be people who wanna speak on the downside of the decisions that you've made in your life. But what's gonna give you peace is you understanding why you made the decision you made. You being okay with the cons that come with the decision that you made. Because in this life, there is no perfect decision. The best decision is not absolute and it's never perfect. There's always things that are gonna happen that are bad, and it's connected to that decision that you felt was best. The best decision is what makes sense to you. And as long as you know your heart is in the right place when you make these decisions, then you'll be able to sleep at night. And you'll be able to say, fuck whoever and whatever opinions are coming at you. Because you're gonna have to deal with the opinions of the world. Everybody has an opinion. And I even find myself having an opinion about the decisions that other people are making. And what does it matter? Your opinion is just based on what you think is best. It's based on your perspective of how you feel a situation should look. But all that matters is the people that are involved in that decision. The person who's making the decision, if they can stand in that decision and be happy with their decision, then who the fuck cares what anybody thinks? Because when you go to sleep at night, you have to live with yourself and your decisions. You can't make anybody move a certain way. Your opinion may affect a person's decision. But honestly, no amount of advice is going to change what a person feels in their heart. And I don't care how a person's reality looks. This decision could be bringing so many of those cons that I spoke of. But the pros, are you more connected to the pros or are you more connected to the cons? This is what's going to dictate what you decide to do in your life. Because there is no perfect life. Sure, we can share our opinion, but we can be open to the decisions that other people make for their lives because you're doing the same thing with your life. You're making the decisions that you feel are best for you with everything bad that comes with those decisions. And I talk a lot about manhood and being a real man. And I'm learning that me as a man, I have to be confident and stand in my decisions. And I can't ever beat myself up for doing what I felt was best, because that's what men do. We make the decisions that we want to make. And I know that every decision that I'm making in my life is to better a situation, to better my life and to better the lives of the people that's connected to me that matter to me. And sometimes that best decision ain't gonna make sense to the people around you. Sometimes it won't even make complete sense to you. But you have to stand in whatever you decide. And if anybody got an opinion about it, it's fuck anybody who ain't with it. That applies to me too. If I have an opinion about a person's life, I may speak out on something that I have an opinion on. And this opinion has nothing to do with my life. It's about how other people are living their life. Those people should say fuck me. Because my opinion does not matter. They have to live with their reality, not me. So what does it matter what I think a person is doing wrong or what they could do better? They gotta feel like they could do better. They gotta feel like that their decision could be different or they could be doing something that makes more sense. Make the decision that makes sense to you. And there's risk in every decision. You gotta be okay with that risk. You gotta be okay with the risk. And anything that comes with those decisions, you stand in it. And you don't give yourself excuses. You take accountability. Take accountability that if you make a decision and it pans out a certain way, yeah, a better decision could have been made. But we can't live in the past. We got to live in the present, and we have to be okay with these decisions and these quote-unquote mistakes. Mistakes are just humans making decisions that they feel are best, and then in the future learning that maybe that wasn't the best because of how it panned out. But was it not the best? Because I think anything that you feel in your heart is what's best. You gotta follow your heart. You gotta follow what's in your spirit. Because if you don't, you are going to be sick. And nobody wants to be sick. Nobody in this life should be living and being sick, because with every decision comes suffering. Even the decision that you feel is best for you, that you have to make and stand in, that decision is going to cause you suffering. I would rather suffer in the decision that makes sense to me than to suffer in the decision that makes sense to other people around me. Making other people comfortable, trying to appease a situation. No, I want to be, whatever suffering is going to happen is going to be on my terms and what I feel is best. And when you can stand in that, you can live a more balanced life. And you can always be on a path of bettering yourself, because you're putting yourself, you have to put yourself first in all situations. And people like to paint that out to be selfish, but that's not selfish. Because you got to love yourself. And the people who love you cannot be mad at you making a decision that's going to make you healthier. Because in the end, the people who love you just want to see you love yourself. They want to see you happy. And I'm happy with my decisions in my life. Look at the decisions that you're making and ask yourself if you're happy with your decisions. It's not about making the perfect decisions. It's about making the decisions that are right for you and your life. And if you can look yourself in the eye and say that you're happy with your decisions, then that's when you're at peace. And that's when you can deal with any opinions that come at you. If you have a problem with the opinions coming at you, it's probably because you feel in your spirit that you didn't make a decision that you should have made for yourself. And that's when you have to assess and change and start standing in your truth and what you want for your life. Make the decision you want and fuck the world and fuck what anybody think about what you're doing with your life. Keep living your life. And if I ever get on this camera and I'm speaking about things that involve another person's life and y'all get offended, I would expect you to have that same energy toward me. It's fuck me. Because I don't know everything. I'm just on here speaking what I feel moved to speak on. But if I ever make anybody feel like I'm judgmental, I promise you, I have my opinion, but I'm all for people living their life for them and what's right for them. I speak from my perspective just like anybody else. So you got to know how to separate opinions from truth. And the truth is what you are, who you are, and what you want in your life. I know what I want in my life. And I'm going to keep making the decisions that line up with what I need to better myself and to evolve to the level I need to evolve to. I love you. Stand in your decisions. And fuck anybody who ain't standing with you. Ninja run, let's go.